events on 9/11. And not only by the events of 9/11, but also all of us were involved with the Marriott World Trade Center, which was a little building, but it was fully occupied that day. And it might have been a little building, and it was overshadowed by the Twin Towers, but it was a very important building. All of us were either employees, hotel guests, firefighters, just so many people in that building that somehow made it out, but it's a building that doesn't really get much recognition in the news. So it's great that we're here together. And just to give some background about myself, my name is Joyce Ng. I am the founder of the Marriott Survivors Group, and I was at the World Trade Center Marriott Hotel on September 11th. I was in the 13th floor of the hotel and was in my room when the first plane hit. And I remember being in my room and seeing all the debris that was falling outside, all the debris, all the fiery debris and glass and metal just hitting people down in the plaza. My room faced the plaza, and there was so much happening outside. I remember people getting injured and falling. At that point, I was actually pretty scared that the debris would come crashing into my room. So I was really scared that I would get hit, so I just ran to the bathroom and just hid there for a while. And actually, I think I would have been in my room a lot longer if I didn't hear that woman yelling for us to get out of the building. I don't know who this woman is, but I think she saved my life because she yelled to every floor to leave. And at that point, I said, I gotta get out of here. I took my wallet, I took my phone, which wasn't working, and I went down the stairs. And I was, trapped temporarily when I couldn't get down. I went down to the ground floor, and it was the door leading to the lobby, leading to the plaza where there was still so much debris out. So I went back up one floor, went out the lobby, and someone was directing us out. And when I was outside, there was a police officer that said, get out of this area and don't look up. And of course I looked up and saw the building caught on fire. And that was one of the saddest moments of my life, because to see all the people getting injured and killed. So when I saw that, I was really sad. But I started walking, still looking up. It's like you couldn't take your eyes off everything that was going on. But you wanted to not look, but you still looked. At that point, I saw a plane fly from a distance, and I thought it was the military helping to save all the people that were dying in the buildings, and it wasn't. It was another airplane flying over my head, and it crashed into the South Tower. At that point, I got really scared because I thought there were going to be planes flying everywhere. And I started running, and when you see a plane crash into one of the tallest buildings, it's pretty scary. And I started running, people were screaming, and we were just running. We didn't know where we were running to, but we just started running. And I ran away from that area. I was in Lower Manhattan for the rest of the day, actually. I didn't know where I was going because I was staying at the hotel that day. I was on a business trip for 2 days. And I didn't know where to go, so I was just wandering around Lower Manhattan in pretty much a daze and just trying to find a place to stay. Winded up in Midtown and stayed there overnight. I took the train out the next day, and I was taking the train out from the area. I remember looking at the train was complete silent the whole ride, and I think I cried the whole way back. I could see the skyline, and it was missing the emblematic skyline, the towers, and it was just very sad to see the buildings gone. I remember pulling up and looking at the smoke coming out of the area. So I live in the Boston area, And when I came back, I tried to put the day behind me. And, I did. I have a great life. I have a supportive family. I've got a great career. But it's something that you experience that you never really forget. I mean, you can move on with your life. You can be happy in everything you do. But as the anniversaries come up, or as something triggers your memory, all the images and all the sounds, all the images, sounds, and smell just comes right back, and you relive everything over again. And after 9/11, I remember one of the toughest things for me was seeing all the faces of the missing. There were so many faces of missing people, and which became the faces of the people who died. And that was one of the toughest thing for me to do, was to see those faces. I made it out alive, and I was really glad about that, but you can't forget all the people that died, all the people that didn't make it out, and you somehow feel like, well, how did I make it out? And it was really tough for me for a couple of years. So one thing that really helped was that I set my story out, I wrote up my account, and a lot of people started contacting me. And the thing was, there was not much information about this hotel in the media. And a lot of survivors started contacting me. I put my story out there. And I thought it was, we really need to keep in touch and share our experiences. We need to remember what we escaped from, put meaning behind what we escaped from, and just remember the day. And so I started the Marriott World Trade Center Survivors Group, and it started off with a couple of people, and it slowly became larger. And we met. This is a very special group because we all were a part of the Marriott World Trade Center, either as employees, as firefighters, or hotel guests. And a lot of us live away, not in New York City, because we were traveling on business or as a tourist. So we lived outside the area. And there needed to be a way for us to connect and share our stories. And so that's why I started the group. And it was really healing for me, and I know a lot of other people, to have a group where we can actually go to, where we connected and shared our stories. So we met about 5 years ago. This is only our second gathering, and I'm so happy that everyone can make it. A couple of things just want to give you some updates on some of the things that have happened in the past couple of years.